Hey YouTubers and model community, this is Mario Cosby coming at you with another fantastic update to the 55 Chevy Bel Air. Got a little scratchiness in my throat. I'm just getting over, I guess, the omnivirus. Been out, it's the 6th day now. But other than that, I feel great. So here's, after all the cutting and sanding and sawing, this is what I'm coming up with. She's ready to be put together, painted and put together. I just don't have the engines yet. The fellow from 3D Texas, he has COVID also. So he just texted me yesterday and told me everything's on, he's behind on everything. So again, I'm in no hurry. So probably a few weeks before I see an engine. But this is where I'm at with it right now. I may leave it at this stance, or I may take it lower. We'll see. But this is how it's going to look. Also, I'm adding side pipes. That's the exit of the tailpipe. Of the side pipe. And I'll flip it in a minute just to show you the work that I've done to get to this, because I've had some subscribers or some well-wishers had made a comment of how we go to get to that. So I'll show you how I did it. That's the other side pipe. So there you have it. Front of it, okay, empty engine bay. But I think I'm gonna make this into a street cruiser. I'm considering street cruisers slash, whatever. The name escapes me right now. Pro Tour. There you go. So let me flip this thing over and give you an idea how I did this. Give everybody an idea of how it's done. Okay. I don't know what that fell about. Okay. So, looking at it like from here, if you look, what I did, this over here, let me get something to point with. These holes over here were the original, right over here, leaf spring perches, or perch, on both sides. So what I had to do, without too much modification, I cut the perches off, the rear perches off back here, and glued them on the inboard side of the frame. And I had some hollow square stock that I used as a base for the mount to sit in. Then the only thing I did was relocate the holes for the front and drilled holes, and that was it. Besides cutting the leaf spring off the diff, because part of the diff, half of the diff comes with the leaf springs on them, so I just shortened the diff and cut the leaf springs out of it, and then reposition it, and then glued it back in with the proper angle of the diff and the centering of the tunnel hole for the dry shaft. That's what I did there. Now this is the side pipes. And what I did was, again, cut an opening here, cut an opening just small enough for that to come out of, and then what'll happen when I get the engine and the headers, then depending on how far back the headers go, will determine, you know, what type of piping I'm going to have to do here, because I have to fabricate all that. As you can see, both sides have been done. All right. Now for the front. What I did with the front, don't mind that wheel coming out because that's where it's going to sit at. In fact, let me take it out. What I did was for the front, was that base set. There's a, where these control arms were molded onto, there was a, and the base just sat right here on this part. And what I did was hack them out, cut them out, put them onto the lower frame, and then just put a some very thin styrene. I just trimmed it out and glued that in, so it makes it look all original. Then it gave me this gap. The springs are in there, but this is the gap. The heck did I do with it? Well, I don't know what I did with my pointer. Okay, this is the gap between the upper and lower. Now there's supposed to be a block in here, but as you can see, this is real narrow now in this area. Block won't fit. I can cut it down, yeah, I could, but then the wheels would be sticking too far out the body, and I'm saying no. So these fit right in between. If I can get this thing to stop moving. Right in between like that. And of course they'll be glued up like that. You know, both sides are like that. And that gives me the stance that I was looking for. You know, along with what I had to do, I had to cut this linkage. You know, it's not the prettiest, but it all comes together and it works. And now I could put a mirror under this when it's all said and done. I'll take this to shows and put a mirror under it. You won't know the difference. Also, what I did back here, I cut out the center section. As you can see, there's no gas tank, nothing there. And this is where the gas tank originally was and the spare. So what I did was I cut out that part of the section and then refitted it with a sheet of styrene. The gray primer is there because there's some gaps and stuff I had to use filler on, and then sand it down, and I put primer on it just to check the fitting. Like right here, you can see a little gap in here. So what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll put some more. Actually, I forgot to put some there. Okay. So there you have it there. This is where the brakes and calipers are going to be. This is where the calipers are going to be at right there. But I'm probably going to put them right here, somewhere in there. And this thing came with metal rods for the wheels to glue on to, so I just used it, shortened it up and used it on these. So there you have it, YouTube. It's ready for paint. I'm going to two-tone this. I'm thinking about two-toning the frame itself. I use two different types of, I don't use body color on the frame. Some people do. I don't. This is what I use. This gives it not a semi-gloss sheen, not a flat sheen. It's about in between those two. And it looks really nice. Then what I'll do is come along and just paint their various different colors that I want by hand. Like these lower control arms will be painted, the linkage, the leaf springs, the diff, all that'll be painted. And it'll probably be painted thinking about using a copper or the same color as the body on that. Again, that's where we're at with it. And the reason I really don't like AMT's models is their fit and finish is horrible. Look at the gap. I did no modifications to this. Look at the gap here. See that? See that gap right there? Compared to this side. See how narrow that gap is? And it's not like it moves over. And if you look back here, it's centered in the frame. In the body, I meant. But this is a gap. Now I can add styrene to this. But I'm saying, I'm going to leave it alone. And that body is fully closed onto it, so I can't squeeze it. Can't squeeze it close. So, let's see what happens. Once I put paint to it and see where everything's at, I may add a strip there of styrene just to fill in the gap. But if it looks okay to me, I'll just leave it alone. It depends. So I just wanted to give you that tutorial. Now, what I also did was where the gas tank and tire well was, that part that I cut out the tank that was left there on the old part, on the old cutout. And what I did was I just cut it out, trimmed it up, and it fits perfect in there, right in between, as you can see. It'll fit right. Well, this is upside down, but it'll fit right in between that, and it's perfect. And I'll paint the base of below the tape will be painted the trim bumper paint, and above it's going to be painted the silver or aluminum. Some sort of metallic color that represents metal. I'll put it to you that way. It's not going to be chrome silver. So there you have it, YouTubers. Sorry for my voice. Again, started with a sore throat, so that's where it's ending, I'm assuming. Other than that, I feel great. I went through the worst of it already, so we're good. Any questions, any comments, leave them below. Smash that like button and subscribe to those that my well-wishers. And, I'll keep you posted on what's going on with this build. I think I'm going to take a few days off just to relax because I can't go back to work until Friday. And hopefully I'll test negative by that point, at that time. So in the meantime, I'm just, I'm done where I can do what I can. Now it's painting, sanding and painting. So there you have it, YouTubers. Yeah, see? There's all kind of tricks you can do. Those wide tires, yeah, you cut them down. See it? See what I did? When this thing's upright, you would never know that. Would think they came that way. There you go, YouTubers. Mario out. And thanks to my subscribers and all those that came by. Take care. Bye.